Hey and welcome to another InvoiceBerry tutorial. Today we're talking about how you can connect InvoiceBerry with Calendly using Zapier. So Zapier, if you don't know about it yet, it's this amazing tool that connects over 5,000 different apps, and it basically just means that you can connect InvoiceBerry with 5,000 other apps and it just works. So for that, I'm going into my Zapier account. If you don't have a Zapier account yet, just head over to zapier.com and set up your account. It's completely for free for, I think, 1,000 tasks. Yeah, here you've got it. 1,000 tasks per month. And if you have to process more than that, they start at like around 20 bucks a month. So let's go here. For today's use case, we want to automatically add any person who books a call with Calendly into our InvoiceBerry client database. So then we can easier create an invoice for them. For that, we just search on the left-hand side here for Calendly. And on the right-hand side, we search for InvoiceBerry. And then what do we want? Invitee is created. We want to select that. And what we could also do with InvoiceBerry, we could, for example, say if someone pays, my Calendly account isn't hooked up with Stripe or PayPal at the moment, but if someone, for example, pays for a call, to then send them an invoice via InvoiceBerry, that's also an option. And you would just see this option then here. But in this case, we just want to, as soon as someone books a call with us, we want to add them as a client in InvoiceBerry. So here you go. And as an action, you say create a client. You could also create an invoice straight away. Maybe every call someone books with you, they have to pay an invoice. But let's say create a client and let's click on try it. So I tried this earlier. Let's see if I have to go through the steps again. Okay, so my Calendly account is already connected to Zapier. But if you have to connect your account, all you have to do is basically go to Calendly, click on integrations, and then head to the bottom and check API and connectors. And here you've got Zapier, and you can click on it, and it will tell you go to setup. That's the one. Here you've got your API key. You just have to click here on the view, and it will show you your API key. And then what you have to do when you're in Zapier, let me try to do that for you. Connect a new account. That's the one, yeah. And here you have to enter your API key. And that's about it. And then you can just click on next. It will connect to Calendly. And the same happens for InvoiceBerry. In InvoiceBerry's case, I also already connected my account. But here, when I click on connect a new account, you can see InvoiceBerry will ask for two keys, for your API key and for your API password. You find them on InvoiceBerry by going to settings, main settings, and then integrations. And here you will see if you haven't requested an API key yet, it will tell you request API key. You just click on it, and here you have your API key you can copy and your API password, which you can copy. Going forward, so I've connected those two accounts. You can click on next. These are the fields InvoiceBerry needs. To create a new client, we need your company, the company ID, and the email. We could, for example, also say we want the first name, the last name, other fields. Maybe you ask on your Calendly booking for a phone number or for some notes. You just click on next, and then here you can select the correct data for each field. As a company name, I just use the invitee name. As the email, the invitee email, and the first name, last name, I select those. And let's say as a note, what do we want? Maybe you want the event type, maybe you want the start time. So you have a note when you had the call. So we just do the start time here. So what I've done earlier, before I started creating this video, I've already run through this process. Zapier will ask you to create one test event. So what I've done earlier in Calendly, I actually went on copy link. I opened it in a new tab and I booked a meeting with myself. So that's the data Zapier now shows us here when you click here. So I used my other email address and so on. And then when you click next, it basically tries to send this information to InvoiceBerry. I click on send test. So let's see if it works. The test client sent. Okay, let's check our InvoiceBerry account. We go to clients and here you've got it. This is the test client, the email address. We view that client and we can see all the information on there. Perfect. Heading back to Zapier, you just have to click on next or on turn on Zap. And this might take a few seconds. Let's see how this goes. And then we will actually test it once more. All right, perfect, perfect. Manage my Zaps. So let's try to create one more booking. Let's say on the 24th at 9 o'clock. We say John. And we schedule it. And this now should appear in our Calendly. Right, here we have John. It appeared in our Calendly. And this also should have gone through this whole process in Zapier. And we should have a client called John now in InvoiceBerry. Right, here we've got it. There's John. Perfect. Thanks a lot for listening. Let me know if you've got any questions in the comments, and if you've got any specific apps that work with Zapier and you want some tutorial about it, please let me know about it. I'm always happy to create a new video with a Zapier workflow. Thanks and bye-bye.